So for me, growing up, the faith wasn't a priority in life, and it was something that I had to really discover a little bit later on during high school. You don't have many 12-year-olds who are ambitious to be a property developer. I was in that case. And so really early on in high school, I started actually doing business, bringing in jerseys from overseas and trying to sell them and working at the markets and things like that. When I left high school, I won the Small Business Award for most likely to be successful in life. So I take that, with a little bit of pride. But really there was always this desire to do something great. And so those kind of passions for, ambition, building an empire, although I had a certain attraction to it, there was always a sense that there was something more that I should be aspiring to. And so by the time I got to high school, I really was asking a lot of the bigger questions in life. Does God exist? Give me kind of some reasons for it. How do you know that this is the right faith? Why should I bother going to Mass on a Sunday? The way I would describe it is I needed permission to believe. I didn't want faith to be something that was purely cultural. I didn't want to be a blind leap in the dark, a movement of anti-intellectualism or anything like that. I wanted to believe, and I knew that there was something more, but I wanted to know the truth. I wanted to live a career, have a family. I had my life kind of planned out very well, but this sense of sharing the faith wasn't something that I wanted to do on the side. The lay person, the lay vocation, loves God with a divided heart. That's good. They should. They have their family, their wife, their children to be concerned about their work. I felt like I wanted to love God with the entirety of my heart in an undivided way, that He would be this mission to share the faith, offer the salvation that Christ has purchased for us to all, was something that I wanted to really consume my life in a good way. I remember getting to this point where I said, okay, Lord, now I'm ready to believe. And really having a profound sense of the beginnings of faith personalized in me, that yes, I didn't understand everything, but I knew God did, and I was prepared to believe, and it changed. Something really changed in my life. I'm kind of throwing it all back at God and saying, Lord, I'm scared, this is difficult, but it's also something that I desire. Please help me. A call in the dark, that's the way it was. Because I had the passions of what I would later describe as the essence of the call to a priesthood, but I didn't have the name to describe it with. And so I remember actually going to my friend's house and just laying it out, like, this is how I'm feeling. I've been blessed with very good friends in life. And I said, look, I just want to get away to think about all this. I feel like I need to leave the world behind me just to kind of ask God, what do you want me to do with my life? And he said, okay, well, let me take you to a place where you can do what's called a retreat. And we went there, and at the end of this introduction to what a retreat would be like by the priest of this monastery, I spoke to my friend in the car park. And my friend said to me, Daniel, we've known each other for a while. I want to let you know that I intend to become a priest. And this was a shock to me, actually. This friend of mine, I didn't really see it coming. And when he described the whys, or what he sensed as this vocation, suddenly it seemed to put words on everything that I was describing interiorly. And a sense of immense interior peace overcame me, really. But just this sense that that's it, you've named my purpose in life. And the next weekend, I went to a retreat run by the seminary and got to lay it all out again to the vocation director at the time. And the priesthood, once I knew what it was, captured that for me. And for me, that was the calling. Doesn't happen with everyone, but in my case, it had this kind of instantaneous and profound character. And that's not to say that there wasn't years of discernment that followed after that moment, but it really all funneled down into a month or two in my life. It was very profound.